It's that time of year that we've all been waiting for. In today's video, we're going to review the top 25 MLB free agents and where they're going to sign this offseason. Let's talk about it. As always, before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, as that kind of support really helps us grow the channel. Without any further ado, let's jump into the 2024 MLB free agent predictions. And who better to start things off with than the megastar himself, Shohei Ohtani. In many ways, we take a player like Shohei Ohtani for granted. He's doing things at the major league level that no one else has ever done before. So Ohtani has established himself as one of the top players in the game, if not the very top player in the game, and as a result in his free agency period, we're expecting a very big record-setting contract. New York Mets owner Steve Cohen has made no secret about the fact that he plans to spend and spend big, and he wants to bring the biggest stars to New York, and what bigger star to bring than Shohei Ohtani? Cohen and the Mets are going to blow away all the competition. Shohei Ohtani will sign with the New York Mets. Next up, we have another Japanese pitcher, and this one is almost as phenomenal as Shohei Ohtani himself. We predict that right-handed pitching sensation Yoshinobu Yamamoto will sign with the New York Mets. Yamamoto is 25 years old, he's an ace pitcher from Japan, and he should be the biggest free agent for most teams, because most teams are not going to be able to spend big on Ohtani, but most teams can afford Yamamoto. Yamamoto could potentially become the next starting pitcher phenom in MLB as early as the 2024 season. He might even be the best Japanese-born pitcher to pitch in MLB ever. In 2023, he won his third straight Sawamura Award, the highest Japanese honor for starting pitchers, and the Japanese equivalent of the Cy Young Award. In doing so, he became the fifth ever pitcher to win the Sawamura Award 3 times, and only the second to win it 3 times in a row. And now he's on his way as a full free agent to MLB at 25 years old. So how good is Yoshinobu Yamamoto? Why all the hype? Well, in his career in Japan so far, he has a 1.72 ERA, and in 2023, he had an impressive 1.16 ERA. Yamamoto will instantly become the top candidate to win the Rookie of the Year in whichever league he's in. He reportedly wants to pitch for a big market team, and he's open to pitching on either coast, so all of the big market teams will be involved. So far, the Yankees, the Mets, Red Sox, Phillies, Dodgers, Padres, and Giants have all been linked to have strong interest in Yamamoto. The New York Yankees especially are heavily rumored to be in on Yamamoto. Yankees GM Brian Cashman even went to Japan himself to scout Yamamoto in person, and as it turned out, Yamamoto threw his second no-hitter in that game. The Yankees are serious about Yamamoto, and they're going to be one of the last bidders at the table for his services. However, the New York Mets have lost a lot. They've lost Jacob deGrom, Max Scherzer, and Justin Verlander all over the last calendar year. They're desperately in need of reinforcements, and Yamamoto represents the best kind. Kodai Senga joined the Mets in 2023, and he's reportedly told Mets ownership that he wants Yamamoto on the Mets. Not only that, but he's also willing to help recruit Yamamoto to the Mets. This might end up becoming a showdown between the two New York teams. Steve Cohen's willingness to outspend other teams means we can't overlook them. Yamamoto and Ohtani are reportedly 2 of the Giants' top offseason targets. But all of that said, we believe that Yoshinobu Yamamoto will sign with the New York Mets. Next up is free agent Cody Bellinger, and we predict that he will sign with the New York Yankees. Entering the 2024 season, he's 28 years old, he's a center fielder, but he also has experience at first base. He hit .307 with 26 home runs and 20 stolen bases. He's the 2017 National League Rookie of the Year and the 2019 National League MVP as well. There are several teams in the market for a player like Bellinger, but the New York Yankees have already been dealing with their own center field issues over the last few years. They are currently desperate to add some high contact hitters to surround Aaron Judge with, and especially ones who can breathe some life into the lineup. Bellinger fits with the Yankees in either center field or even at first base, and he fills their need for a left-handed hitter, especially an athletic center fielder who can slot into the heart of the Yankees lineup. We predict that Cody Bellinger will end up signing with the New York Yankees. Next up, let's talk about Blake Snell. He enters the 2024 season at 31 years old and having one of the best seasons of his career. In 2023, Blake Snell had a .225 ERA. He started 32 games and pitched in 180 innings. Since May 31st, he was the top overall pitcher in all of baseball. During that time, he had 13 wins and 3 losses, a 1.31 ERA. He had 12.5 K per 9 during that time as well. He was absolutely dominant. Blake Snell is exactly what the Giants need right now. As a true ace pitcher, Snell solidifies their rotation. Between the Dodgers, the D-backs, the Padres, and the Giants, the NL West is turning into the Wild West. It could be a four-way race in 2024. Blake Snell is going to stay in the NL West, and we predict that he's going to sign with the San Francisco Giants. Next up, right-handed starting pitcher Aaron Nola, and we predict that he's going to sign with the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals are looking to reset their rotation, and they will be in play for a lot of top free agent starting pitchers. Whether it's Aaron Nola, Blake Snell, or Sonny Gray, St. Louis will be determined to sign at least one of them, if not multiples. Aaron Nola will be 30 years old at the start of the 2024 season. He's reliable, has a proven track record, and on top of all that, he's one of the most durable pitchers in baseball. Aaron Nola has been close to winning a championship with the Phillies the last couple seasons. We can expect that he'll be looking to join a contender that can help him win a ring. And it might just be that the St. Louis Cardinals are that team, because we predict Aaron Nola to the Cardinals. Next up, left-handed starting pitcher Eduardo Rodriguez is going to sign with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Rodriguez turns 31 at the start of the 2024 season, and he had a solid year with Detroit. He had a .330 ERA with an 8.43 K per 9 in 26 games over 152 and 2/3 innings. All of his stats were close to his career averages. He's a very consistent pitcher. He has a 5-pitch mix, but relies heavily on his 92-mile-per-hour fastball. The Dodgers' need for starting pitching is greater now than it's been in years. Clayton Kershaw and Julio Urias are free agents. Walker Buehler and Dustin May have been injured. We predict that Eduardo Rodriguez will sign with the LA Dodgers and settle into their rotation in either the number 1 or number 2 spot. Next, we predict that right-handed starting pitcher Sonny Gray will sign with the Atlanta Braves. Gray just had one of the best seasons of his career at 33. He was named the Twins MVP and top pitcher, even topping Pablo Lopez. And he's set to receive a lot of votes for the American League Cy Young. Over 184 innings pitched, he started in 32 games, had a 2.79 ERA, and he only gave up 2 home runs, which is the lowest in baseball this year. The Reds, Cardinals, Twins, and many other teams will definitely be in the bidding for Sonny Gray. He's a Southern family man from Tennessee. We have him going to Atlanta to help them win during their current window to compete. We expect that he's going to join a formidable rotation led by Spencer Strider, Max Fried, possibly Charlie Morton, and fitting in Sonny Gray in there as well. That's going to help propel the Braves back into the playoffs and solidifying them as one of the top teams in baseball. Next is left-handed starting pitcher Julio Urias. We predict that he's going to sign with the Chicago Cubs. It's uncertain what his immediate future holds because he's not playing right now for disciplinary reasons. If he is playing, he's a top pitcher. Someone is going to sign him and they're going to get him for a steal. Whether he actually plays in 2024, that's unknown at the time of filming, but we're going to take a guess that someone does sign him, and we predict that he'll sign with the Cubs. Next is Jordan Montgomery, another left-handed pitcher, and we predict that he's going to stay right where he finished the season, with the Texas Rangers. Next is one of the best pitchers of his generation, Clayton Kershaw. Rumor has it, Kershaw will consider 3 options: either retire, go back to the Dodgers, or go home to the Texas Rangers. Kershaw is near the end of his Hall of Fame career. We think he's going to sign for 1 more year and then eventually enter the Hall of Fame as a career Dodger. Next, we predict that Jack Flaherty is going to sign with the San Diego Padres. He's not the same pitcher he once was, but he's only 28 years old. There's still time to turn things around. So I think a pitcher like Jack Flaherty might be a good bounce back candidate, and whoever signs him is probably getting a good deal. The Padres are going to be looking to add to their rotation, especially after losing Blake Snell. Jack Flaherty might be the answer they're looking for. Next is Lucas Giolito, and we predict that Giolito is going to sign with the Minnesota Twins. Giolito will be 29 in the 2024 season. This past year, he started 32 games through 184 and 1/3 innings. He's proven himself to be a durable starter who rarely misses any time. From 2019 to 21, he was one of the best pitchers in the American League. His ERAs in each year respectively were 3.41, 3.48, and 3.53. Very consistent. He's lost a mile on his fastball, but he's still a good strikeout pitcher. He has a fastball, changeup, slider mix. That works perfectly with the Minnesota Twins. That's right in their wheelhouse. The Twins have proven success with pitchers like Giolito, so we think he's a good high upside replacement for Sonny Gray, and Giolito is going to sign with the Minnesota Twins. Next is one of the top closers in baseball, Josh Hader, and we predict that he's going to sign with the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies won't take the same risk in 2024. A dominant closer is their biggest hole right now, and we think they're going to lock down Josh Hader before anyone else can get their hands on him. Josh Hader, the Phillies, we need to make that happen. Next is a Japanese pitcher that not a lot have heard of, but you're going to become familiar with him this season, Shota Imanaga, and we predict that he's going to sign with the New York Yankees. He's 30 years old, he's a left-handed starting pitcher. He has nasty stuff and good command. His pitches work everywhere in the strike zone, and hitters are left guessing. His stuff is just as good as Yoshinobu Yamamoto's, even if he's not quite as good overall, but he will cost much less than Yamamoto is going to. Over his career in Japan, Imanaga's ERA is .296, and in 2023, it was only .266. Imanaga has high strikeouts and very low walks. His command is near elite. His walk percentage is only 3.7%. Meanwhile, his strikeout percentage is 29.5. He'll become one of the main fallback options for teams which lose out on Yamamoto. Value and performance-wise, he's slightly ahead of Sonny Gray and Eduardo Rodriguez. The Yankees are building a brand new rotation led by Garrett Cole, and we predict that Shota Imanaga is going to sign with the New York Yankees. Next is another left-hander from Japan. This one's a reliever. We predict that Yuki Matsui will sign with the St. Louis Cardinals. Matsui is one of the top closers in all of Japanese baseball. Since 2021, he's had 95 saves with 213 strikeouts over only 151 innings pitched. But the St. Louis Cardinals are reportedly all in on Matsui, and he's close friends with Cardinals outfielder Lars Nootbaar, and they're going to bounce back in a big way in 2024. We predict that Yuki Matsui will sign with the St. Louis Cardinals. Luis Severino is no longer with the Yankees, he's a free agent, and we predict that he's going to sign with the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds are young and they need a new starting pitcher to help lead them into their next window of contention, a steady presence in their rotation who eats a lot of innings and racks up strikeouts. Next is first baseman Rhys Hoskins. We predict that he's going to sign with the Seattle Mariners. The Phillies no longer have a need for Hoskins now that Bryce Harper's filled in for him at first base. One team we expect to be very interested in Rhys Hoskins' services is the Minnesota Twins. They're known to be in the market for right-handed hitters and now first basemen as well. That said, the first base market is rather thin, so Hoskins might attract more interest than one might think, and that's despite Hoskins missing the entire 2023 season recovering from a torn ACL. The Mariners' window to compete is now a reality, and Hoskins is the first baseman that Seattle needs in order to make a run at the championship. So we predict Rhys Hoskins will sign with the Seattle Mariners. Third baseman Matt Chapman, welcome to the LA Dodgers. Chapman will have a few big market suitors, but he and the Dodgers match up perfectly. Outfielder and DH Teoscar Hernandez, we predict that he'll be signing with the Detroit Tigers. Hernandez is only 31 years old. He'll become a dangerous addition to their young lineup. Catcher Mitch Garver is going to be leaving the Texas Rangers, and we have him signing with the Miami Marlins. The Marlins have needed a steady presence behind the plate for several years now. Mitch Garver and the Miami Marlins are ideal fits for each other. I think they line up, and I think they get this deal done. Third baseman Heimer Candelario will sign with the New York Yankees. The Yankees will be in the market for a third baseman, including Matt Chapman, but Candelario makes a lot of sense and is a better hitter overall than Chapman. 50.4% of his hits this past season were for extra bases. Candelario is going to fit in very nicely as the new third baseman for the New York Yankees. Designated hitter JD Martinez, welcome to the Seattle Mariners. Martinez has a lot of postseason experience, and he's going to bring that to Seattle. He's a great fit for the Mariners, and he upgrades their DH Kenta Maeda. He's going back to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Maeda will be 36 years old in 2024, but he's still pitching like he's in his early 30s. He represents back-end rotation support for a contender like the Dodgers, who dealt with a lot of injuries over the last 2 years, and he could also be useful in the bullpen. So we predict that Kenta Maeda will be heading back to where his MLB career started, with the LA Dodgers. Right-handed starting pitcher Tyler Mahle will re-sign with the Minnesota Twins. This upcoming season, Mahle will be 29 years old, and he's currently recovering from Tommy John surgery that he had in May 2023, so he should return by late 2024. The Twins gave up a lot of capital to acquire Mahle. they can recoup some of their cost by re-signing Mahle to a low-cost deal, which helps him gradually ease back from his injury. And finally, at number 25, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. We have him going to the Miami Marlins. What they need more than anything is good contact hitters and power. We think that Gurriel Jr. will join his older brother Yuli in Miami. This is a perfect fit for both Gurriel and the Marlins. We hope you enjoyed our MLB free agent predictions for 2024. A video like this involves a lot of time and research, so be sure to drop a like on the video. That would be greatly appreciated. This offseason, we've got coverage of free agents, trades, the winter meetings. Make sure that you subscribe to stay up to date on all of our videos, and sound off in the comments down below with your own predictions. If you like or really disagree with any of our predictions, let us know. We want to hear from you. My name is Liam. You can follow me on Twitter at Talkin' Twins and on Instagram at Talkin' Twins TV. To follow along with our MLB offseason content, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, have a great day, and go Twins!